Yes, maybe it is just scared of unwelcome intruders.
I've yet to hear any other proposals on how we might break through the barrier. If anyone has a non-bar guest solution, I'm all ears.
Your magic may be powerful, Doctor, but I am still impressed you managed to contain the Barghest.
No less impressive than your efforts to capture it, Hunter. I believe in its weakened state, the creature will remain bound here.
And what do you plan on doing with it now?
The first step will be carefully transporting the beast down to the forge, a delicate operation I plan to handle personally. Why don't you come by tomorrow before I begin the actual research? I'll know more then.
Man, you see the teeth on that thing?
Yeah, pretty nasty.
Oh, my friend sense is tingling.
I must admit, I wasn't entirely confident that the Barghest would be taken alive, but if anyone could do it.
And now you will do something terrible to the beast?
Not necessarily. The barrier protecting Dr. Banner's facility functions on a simple premise. Only demons can pass through it, so all we need is a way to disguise the hunter as a demon.
I told you before, I am not turning that dog into a cape.
And I told you it is not a dog. Besides, I don't think a cape will be enough.
You wouldn't dare.
My hope is that we can synthesize a facsimile of the Barghest's skin to fool the barrier without harvesting the creature itself.
This really is a bizarre plan, even for you.
If you want to reach the Gamma Accelerator, this is our best and only hope.
More importantly, Doctor, is reaching Wanda. I don't like it, but if the creature must be sacrificed for her...
Having this much demonic energy concentrated on you, Hunter, is not an insignificant risk. I just hope your collar can withstand...
Let me worry about that, Doctor, after you have proven out your plan.
Have you come to vent about Strange's plan? I did my best not to be rude. To his face, at least.
You do not believe it will work.
No, I don't. But I do know that Wanda is on the other side of that barrier, and the Doctor may be our only hope of reaching her.
He cares about Wanda too. Do not forget that. Stark may be after this gamma accelerator, but the Doctor is clearly focused on Wanda.
That's why I did not rip apart his idea from the beginning. I know we both want the same thing.
It could be worse. You could be the one who has to actually wear the dog armor.
True, you are the guinea pig once again. Thank you for the talk, Hunter. I feel slightly better about our chances.
The creature is restless. The sooner we start our research, the better.
What happens to the creature after you are finished?
That is up to you.
See that you do not hurt it.
I'll do my best.
Can we please just get this research going now? Because that thing is looking at me all wrong. What have you got for me, boss? I want an alpaca. You get a demon dog, Hunter gets... Sometimes, I even impress myself.
For the last time, Tony, the Barghest is not a pet. It's evil.
They're friendly, have nice fur, and don't glow in the dark. I'm pretty sure Charlie left a steaming coil.
I'm happy to help, Hunter.
It's time to put on your hero pants. Oh wait, you can't. The hero pants still aren't fully researched.
Hunter, may I ask for your assistance?
So, how's the whole saving the world thing going? The latest advancements from the mind of genius Tony Stark, and they're all for you. How long did you say you were exposed to this thing? It's probably fine. If you find more coil, send it my way.
Is this your way of trying to tell me?
Tell me you found something good. And Hydra rears its ugly head. One of them, anyway. I'm not gonna sleep well. Who are we sending on an op? I think I can handle that.
Our foes will crumble.
Hey there.
Getting reports from all 5 boroughs. More Hydra troopers with fangs. Talk about making a bad thing worse.
I've tried tracking down what they're up to.
Find anything?
Nothing that could still speak.
I may know somebody who could help.
No offense. This isn't exactly friendly neighborhood stuff. Not sure your contacts will be much help.
He's not that friendly.
Who?
He's also not one of the bad guys.
Who exactly?
a physician of sorts. Look, do you want to figure this out or not?
Morbius. Blade.
You've met? Gotta admit, I've never seen a vampire feed on another vampire.
I felt it.
One time. I bit you one time. It wasn't fun for me either. You taste like an old barbell.
There's a cat fight joke in here somewhere, but I can't figure it out. Look, Dr. Morbius, we need your help. Someone is turning Hydra troopers into vampires. We don't know why or what they want.
According to the creature I just ate, they're after my research. I can tarry no longer. I must return to my lab before they...
You're going nowhere.
Don't have a hissy fit. It was right in front of me. Maybe we can help each other out. So, where is this lab?
You get used to the stench.
I never do.
Wait, where? You were right, Doc. We shouldn't have tarried.
I see you've located the doctor. I hope he's feeling cooperative.
I think we're all on the same page here. Common enemy, the greater good. Everyone gets it, right?
Of course.
We'll see. Come get it. Ah! Time's up for these chumps. So be it. That's one hell of a move. I'll make quick work of you.
Oh, this should be good.
No one's to blame.
Okay, that was awesome. I'm on it. Nice. Let's do this.
Time to bleed.
I'm not really into guns, but you make a compelling argument.
Here we go! Take that! Looks like it's up to me. Hydra didn't train you for this, huh? Maybe put some ice on that. You'll feel better. Hey, that hurt!
Payback's gonna be fun.
They're almost here. Hold position.
These things are hardly worthy of being classified as vampires. Not that I'm overly protective of the title.
That didn't stop you from feeding on them.
You know as well as I do, Blade. Your thirst, my hunger.
Some of us have tried harder than others.
Oh, you think I haven't tried to end this?
I think you don't mind what you say. Maybe you should teach me that one.
Now remember who started this. I've been waiting.
Try this on for size.
Never seen that before.
Here comes the heat.
I've never been to the circus, but this is close enough.
Ooh, that really looked like it hurt.
I doubt they were expecting such resistance. All my work
Doc? This is twisted.
Thought he was one of the good guys.
I said he was not one of the bad guys.
Knowledge has no inherent morality. This is science.
Tell it to them.
They'll be fine. Eventually.
What exactly are you doing here, Dr. Morbius?
Research. A gamma serum flows through the blood of these Hydra soldiers, augmenting their capabilities. It inspired me to concoct a prototype sample, a serum of my own. I thought it might dampen the effects of the sunlight on my abilities, but its protective qualities were far more effective than I expected.
Whoa. Are we talking...
Daywalker in a vial. Morbius, tell me it doesn't work.
Not yet. The prototype sample needs time to fully mature. But it's gone, along with all my notes. I'll have to start over.
Looks like they're back for seconds.
Nah, they have the sample. They want to take out the only competition in town.
Then we shall dissuade them.
Cannot allow them to destroy my work. Protect my equipment.
You left out some important details of your research, Doc.
Some things are better left unsaid, but it was all necessary.
I'm going! Right, I'm feeling it!
I'm on it.
Ooh, I like it!
I smell you.
Good one! Oh, I don't get mad. I get even.
Now I see why you're always in the papers.
Here we go again. This one's for you. Nothing personal, but I think you're out of your league here.
That's a neat trick.
Coming at you. Guess we're not done.
I knew you couldn't be trusted, Morbius. Hydra or not, this is wrong.
The work Hydra has done with gamma injections was too profound to ignore.
Have you been using them as some kind of treatment? Sounds a little unethical, Doc.
As opposed to the gentle treatment you and your friends give them.
Big difference. Now we're doing it.
Well, I know I've never run into a vampire in New York. This one's for you!
I think you got him.
You've left me no choice.
Maybe you should teach me that one.
I'm Gamma, on the move.
If my research here can help you defeat Hydra, and I've removed some of them from the front lines in the process, I don't see the harm.
Heroes usually stand against human experimentation and false imprisonment. Because it's, you know, evil.
Rarely have I ever been accused of being a hero. But your words are lost on me. It is too late for you.
Here we go again! Not to brag, but I feel pretty good right now.
You don't see that every day.
Ah, the main course has arrived. I don't think you've changed at all, Morbius. You're just lucky I'm working with the Sons again.
As opposed to what?
Me leaving you here with your experiments. Permanently.
Maybe we can all hug this out later.
Who's next? Getting better every day. Let's do this! It's weirdos like these that give people like us a bad reputation. And I thought Man-Thing was ugly.
No further, abomination.
Okay, it's cool. Morbius is with us now.
With us?
You would bring a vampire into the Abbey?
Well, he's not a vampire. Not exactly.
If he was, he'd be dust.
He became this way because of an experiment gone wrong, not a bite from a vamp. He's his own master, right, Doc?
If I may, there are few judges of character better than Spider-Man.
Back me up here, Blade.
As much as I hate to admit it, we could probably use his help. This once.
Hunter, was it? Thank you for not making a bigger deal about my arrival. I know my presence unnerves many.
Maybe we should call this a probationary period. I still have not made up my mind, so do not get too comfortable.
Then let me beg for your patience. I think you will find that I am a man of many talents.
You are a vampire expert. I already have one of those.
I am the world's foremost authority on vampire physiology. Blade knows a great deal about vampire rituals, habits, and social order, but he doesn't understand their biology.
Why should that matter?
In a sense, You could say Blade can take a vampire apart, but he can't put one back together.
I do not want to put vampires back together.
Oh, of course not. Let me put it like this. If you understand the structure of an organism, you'll know its weak points, where to push so it falls apart. This is what I offer you.
Then let me officially welcome you to the Midnight Suns.
You will not regret this. Now, can you show me where we keep the prisoners? I would like to feast.
What?
Only kidding. I think you'll be happy to know that I've actually already started researching vampire biology.
That sounds like good news.
Unfortunately, I also have bad news. I've been tinkering with a prototype gamma serum that suppresses the effects of sunlight on vampiric membranes. The vampires have taken that from me.
Then we must take it back.
That is why I'm here. And I would love to get back to that research. Unless you have further need of me.
I want to know a little more about you first.
Naturally. I am an open book.
I have heard you called a living vampire. What does that mean?
It means that unlike most vampires, I have a pulse.
How is this possible?
Most vampires are tied to the supernatural realm. They are undead creatures. My gifts are a boon of science. I am wholly unique in that way. Quite literally a freak of nature.
Who were you before you became a vampire?
I was born with a rare, degenerative blood condition. My disease would have proven fatal if I had not taken matters into my own hands and experimented on my body using vampire bat DNA. I cured myself, but there were side effects.
You seem to know Blade and Spider-Man well. What is your impression of them?
When I first became the living vampire, I struggled with my baser instincts. It took me a while to maintain control over my appetite. Spider-Man and Blade were the first two heroes I encountered, and they protected many innocent people from my wrath.
You mean they fought you?
Yes. But I am grateful because they encouraged me to become a better man. Though I wish Blade's approach hadn't been nearly so ferocious.
I would like to know more about your capabilities.
Like a traditional vampire, I possess enhanced strength, speed, and acute senses. An accelerated healing factor allows me to bounce back from otherwise mortal injuries. And while I cannot fly in the traditional sense, I have the psionic ability to glide over great distances.
Do you share other vampiric weaknesses?
One of the advantages of being a living vampire is that I do not have those Achilles heels. I could drink holy water all day, and a silver bullet stings like a lead one. One slight exception is daylight. I do not burn under the sun, but my eyes are sensitive to the light, and my powers are somewhat dampened during the daytime.
Do you have to consume blood like any other vampire?
Regrettably, not only do I need to consume human blood, I crave it. But you do not need to worry. I keep my cravings in check these days, and only feed on those who prey on others.
Do you... Never mind. I will let you settle in.
Happy to talk anytime.
Need something, Hunter?
Thanks for giving more.
Did you read today's book?
Sorry we didn't give you a heads up before. You know, about bringing a vampire into the Abbey. It all happened kind of fast.
Are you sure we can trust Morbius?
Yeah. Morbius has his demons, but he's a teddy bear. A snarly teddy bear. With fangs. But there's stuffing in there, somewhere.
This is not helping your argument.
What I'm trying to say is that Morbius has a good heart. And exceptionally good blood.
Good blood?
Yeah. Whatever Morbius did to transform his body infused the heme in his blood with curative properties. I'd love to help him study it further, if I ever have the time. Since we're fighting new breed vampires, we'd do well to have a living vampire in our corner.
Checking in on me already, Hunter? I haven't had time to get into trouble.
You can never be sure.
I suppose. What can I do for you?
Doctor, meet the doctor. Now, the Abbey has as many PhDs as you'd find on your average golf course.
We've met. Dr. Morbius. So good to see you again.
Doctor Strange. Still patrolling the spiritual realm, I see. I'd love to get set up as quickly as possible in here. Start learning the lay of the land so I can help out.
Well, set up your little test tubes anywhere you'd like. Just don't touch any of my stuff.
And there are several mystical artifacts in here that no one should look at directly.
Don't look and don't touch. You'll really know how to make a colleague feel at home.
Just remember that's only an expression. You don't actually own any of this.
But we really are glad to have...
Yeah?
Stephen, have you worked with Morbius before?
Oh, yes. He is a formidable ally. He once assisted me in a battle against a Fear Lord from the Dream Dimension.
Fear Lords are powerful foes.
Yes, it was a boisterous battle, so I was pleased to have Morbius at my side. Undoubtedly, he will be a favorable ally against Lilith as well.
So you have no reservations about letting him stay in the Abbey?
None at all. As long as he doesn't grow too hungry, we'll all be fine.
Wait, what should we do if he gets hungry?
We should all be on guard.
Stephen, I need details.
As with any vampire, he could lose control and eat every one of us, but I do not think that will happen.
Tony, what is your impression of Morbius?
Well, we've never actually met, but Strange talks highly of him.
I am uncomfortable inviting a vampire to live in the Abbey.
Hey, I know what you mean. Half the people on my board of directors are vampires. Not literal bloodsuckers, but they definitely try to sink their teeth into you. Or your pocketbook.
Maybe.
The guy's a freak, no doubt. But every genius is. You should have seen half my professors back at MIT. Or that Tony Stark guy who's always in the news. Well, if it makes you feel any better, I've read a few of Morbius's papers on DNA manipulation, and it's years ahead of anyone else. He could be a valuable asset.
So, you think we can trust him?
Well, I never said that. But he could be useful.
So Blade trusts Morbius?
Book club tonight. You in?
Meet you there.
See you there.
I like this book, but I can't explain why. Maybe I'll figure it out as we discuss it.
I should not be this nervous about what you all thought of the book. Even the best translations from Kree lose subtext.
As long as more...
I think Blade...
Everyone, let's get this started.
I am ready.
Carol, this was your book, so you can start.
I'll throw it back to you. What did you think of the book?
I had a rough time with it.
You didn't like it?
Didn't say that. At first, I spent more time referencing the glossary than reading the book.
Sounds familiar. What changed?
I noticed a kind of rhythm to the words. I began to see them as lyrics to a song. All that dry talk faded and it finally came together. The lyrics made it feel much bigger than a chapter on Kree farming implements.
Exactly. This book was about much more than farming.
Exactly. The rhythm to it helped paint a bigger picture. Once I caught on, I kept reading and didn't rely on the glossary. I picked everything up from context. That's when I realized none of this was about farming. I'm surprised how much stuck with me, despite some concepts being legit alien to me.
Agreed. For me, the rhythm wasn't lyrics. It was more like the book was written to a cadence.
That's why I had you read it on your Spark. The mnemonic lexicon won't work with a hard copy.
The what now?
An ancient Kree technique. It helps you remember texts that would otherwise be considered... There's no Kree word for stuffy, but essentially that. But all that's packaging. Let's get into the book itself. Hunter, did you figure out what the bloom and the harvest represent?
The bloom is poorly defended territory behind enemy lines. The harvest is when you strike that territory and then fade away.
That's an important aspect, but it's more than just an attack strategy. It's about what comes after. At the time of the book's writing, the Kree cared most about integrating captured territory while still expanding their empire. Conquered worlds came with people. Rather than treat them as prisoners, the Kree provided them with most benefits enjoyed by Kree citizens. This period is known as the Cultivation.
So the bloom was when they gained full citizenship under their conquerors.
No, it's when the world requested it. As long as they could feed themselves with Kree farming techniques and defend their world with Kree defenses, the request was granted with few exceptions.
So what's the harvest?
As part of the service required by the Empire, many of these new citizens began the cultivation of freshly conquered worlds.
So they were living examples. Show the newly conquered what they could achieve if they went along with the Empire.
That's also how vampires work.
Carol, I think I pieced together the Kree strategy.
Do tell.
It's all tied to agriculture. Every soldier knows you can't fight if you can't eat, but they applied this to their expansion. Till the field, sow the seed, pull the weed, reap the crop. It means the Kree wouldn't advance until the territory they took was secure and productive.
What about hoist the scarecrows? Was that line not in your copy?
Actually, the section on the empty towers describes their version of the Scarecrow. Due to constant shuffling of personnel, you couldn't tell which bases were fully staffed and which stood empty.
What if they had not done that?
They would have had no soldiers to continue their advance. It would have stalled them out. But the Kree expansion had momentum. They could afford to push harder because their whole weight was behind the advance. Unless a world could push just as hard, it would eventually fall under Kree control.
Carol, how was that?
Close enough to impress me. The strategy in Volume 32 wasn't perfect, but it worked out for the Kree far more often than it failed.
What happened when it failed?
That's covered in Volume 33.
And that's Book Club. Steve, you're up next. What's your book?
The Mantle of Authority, by General Chester Phillips.
Is this the one you keep saying I should read?
The very same. Now you have to. It's book club.
Before I forget, I asked Logan to join us next time.
He said yes?
Heek?
I hope you enjoy the book I chose.
Why do you say that?
It's about people who weren't around until after your death. But I'm sure you'll figure out the context.
So, why choose this book?
Volume 30 was way too spicy for this crowd.
Go on.
I'm kidding. It's relevant to what we're facing today. Hydra, the Lilin, your mom, they seem to have the upper hand all over the world.
Sure, but I want to hear more about that spicy book.
I guarantee you don't. Ancient Kree takes on population husbandry are, let's call it, mechanically quaint.
Right, but on a scale of 1 to 10, how spicy?
-5. Ration paste bland, apartment wall vanilla, hotel art banal, even the diagrams are boring.
How so?
It's all geometric shapes. Until I realized they were representational, I was extremely confused about Kree biology. Let's just say that I can never look at an octagon the way I used to.
Okay, just between us, Carol's book was extremely weird, right?
I should read the first 31 volumes, for context.
You should not, nor should you read the one after this.
How many more are there?
At least 400. According to Carol, this was one of the good ones.
You should be honest with Carol.
I'm always honest with Carol. But if I tell her it was a weird book, I'll sound like I don't know much about her adopted culture.
And how is that bad? You do not know, so this is the perfect opportunity to ask.
Good point. All right, I'll do it. Thanks, Hunter.
Good luck.
You calling it?
That is it for me.
Later then. Carol, I had some more thoughts on the book.
You do? You must have really liked it.
Actually, I didn't connect with it at all. That's what I wanted to talk to you about.
You didn't like it.
It's more that I didn't have the context. But you do, and you clearly like the book, so...
So...
I wanted to see it through your eyes. If you don't mind, I'd like that context.
I don't mind.
Okay, then.
Most of my time at Central is hurry up and wait.
Now I'm not the only one here who tried to kill Spider. Is it weird that makes me feel good?
You know, I was obsessed with the sun as a kid. A huge nuclear reactor fueling all light and life in our solar system. And then looking up at the stars at night and realizing there were other nuclear reactors, some of them even bigger and brighter, probably supporting planets just like ours. I was blown away.
And now?
I want to say I still am, but I saw countless stars while I was in the Kree Star Force. White dwarfs, red giants, even a couple of neutrino stars. Sadly, the sense of wonder eventually wears off, like most things.
We all change and grow. The things that we once found curious are now mundane. It is proof of how far we have come.
I guess you're right. Heck, I know you're right. The Kree's Psyche Magnetron took me pretty far from some Boston girl. Kree DNA will open a lot of doors for you. Makes a girl wonder where I'd be without it. What would the life of regular Carol Danvers look like?
You would have found new ways to break boundaries and set new records. Probably break those as well.
I do love the sound of a glass ceiling shattering, and it would be nice to know that I did it with no extraterrestrial help, so to speak. That's a thought. Maybe in another life. But for now, you're stuck with me in this one.
Hey, look who's awake.
Hey, Hunter, you have a sec? Now that's good advice. I hydrate. Blood is mostly water.
Can we please just get this research going now? Got more coil for me? What do you think? Ready when you are, Hunter.
So, do you have much experience with sniffing? Perhaps you should put your suit on for this. Another tool in our fight against Lilith. Until next time.
Consider it done.
If I had time, I'd take care of these myself, but I have been accused of hogging the ball before.
I am ready.
I'm ready when you are. Beginning decryption sequence. Here's the latest from... Pick your target, Hunter. Thanks, Hunter.
Hi, kiddo.
Let's see if you're as...
Time's wasting, Hunter.
Now I feel
Awesome! Can't wait to...
All right, then. Ready for more? Later.
It's hard fighting the urge to say something corny yet uplifting before battle.
Farewell.